Combo hyper gay.
Super combo hyper gay. No, we did. You know what though? I felt bad, Jake. I felt really bad that we have not been appealing to maybe our non-aggressively heterosexual, aggressively lesbian, aggressively female attracted audience. The rest of the audience, I feel like our marketing has recently been shutting them out.
That's true. I have been saying that for years,
You,
honestly.
you're like, we got to be like Dan.
Specifically in
Dan,
that manner.
Dan, I'm horny. I gotta have more dick.
Yeah. Yeah, like a really aggressive version of Danny DeVito playing the Penguin,
Yeah, but he's gay.
but he's gay.
He's like, riddle me this, Batman. Why am I stealing the Riddler's lines and why I'm so horny right now? Why am I hard as fuck, Batman? Just a crazy fat guy.
Every goddamn thing about that.
You know that?
I love having you and the Boy Wonder over.
Confound you, Cape Crusader.
I've been trying to have a three-way with you and Robin. Don't think too hard about this.
And today I'll figure out what is your secret identity, Batman.
Batman, throw a fish in my mouth. That's a euphemism. What's a euphemism for, Penguin? It's for your cock. You know, the Penguin. It's that gothic one too. So he's like, it's fat, greasy Danny DeVito. Like that's all the Penguin is. He's just a sexually aggressive guy. It's like in a villain orgy. You know what I mean? And then like Batman and Robin bust in, and they're like, "What's going on in here? Oh fuck!"
Technically not illegal. Let's get out of here.
Then he just quotes Frank from he just quotes Frank. So anyway, I started blasting. he ain't talking about his handgun though, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, I know what you are saying.
But he is talking about the gun in his hand. You get it?
Oh, I get it.
Did you get it?
There's been worse origin stories.
It's his Magnum dong. It's his Magnum dong. He wears the umbrella as a condom. It's like, hold on, I gotta pull out my Magnum umbrella for this. We're gonna have sex.
You don't even have to go that far. A sexually aggressive penguin is far enough. We already get it.
Sexually aggressive gay Oswald Cobblepot. Did I go far enough conceptually?
Now just wait until you start applying them to the other DC villains.
Like
In the Batman sphere, yeah, the Diddler.
Yeah, the Diddler. Riddle me this, Batman. Why won't they let me within 200 feet of school? You know what you did?
Where is he?
I'm watching you.
Where is he?
This one. Urban Outfitters, both all the letters but the N and urban are. I feel like so I'm reading a tweet right now. It's the dad joke man. And it's like so the sign, okay, I'm going to describe it to you because I feel like that makes everything better describing a meme picture-wise, right? I want you to picture this. An Urban Outfitters that's open, but the URBA are blacked out, so it's just the bright letter N and the word Outfitters. Okay, so then the joke is when a Yorkshire man goes into a clothes shop and there's nothing in his size, but that would be no Outfitters, which is like German, right? So I think they should have went a little different with that joke.
In bitter.
Go ahead, Dan. Say the joke.
Yeah, Dan.
Yeah.
What's so funny about this joke?
Yeah.
Can you say the joke as you wrote it?
I did consider the joke as I
the way
wrote
you
it.
wrote it.
I'm just writing that one down for me. That's what I do. I find funny stuff and I keep it in my mind palace.
My mind.
And Hooters to do what?
States rights to do what, motherfucker? The goose in that meme is more aggressive than the entirety of the left.
Oh yeah, from the Angry Goose game.
Yeah.
There's a seriously aggressive goose.
Yeah. Some say it's sexually aggressive. Do you know ducks are rapists?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Like they're the worst.
Half the animal kingdom, really.
Yeah, well, no, but like ducks are the worst because they don't have a butthole, so they just poop anywhere they want, and they just commit like boatloads of rape.
Hmm.
Like, and can you just imagine that? That is like that's the most horrible thing I could think of.
Half the things is sexually assault you. The other half would just straight up eat you.
Yeah,
There is no middle ground.
no, I think they're cannibals too. I think like they're the worst animal officially.
They got a second pair of gums, makes
Yeah,
them look straight terrifying.
yeah. What a horrible animal. Just an insanely horrible animal.
And
Sons
like
of Trio,
regular
we're against
rapists,
ducks.
and like regular rapists, they're protected by the law.
Fact. You can't even kill them. Just like regular rapists, you're not allowed to go out and kill them.
That's terrible.
Sons of Trier, we're against all rapists, even the ducks, especially the ducks.
Especially the ducks.
Note that here I'm saying the word duck, but I'm clearly referring to the French.
Ooh.
No buttholes, all rapists. That's the French. We're doing some high conceptual comedy tonight.
Shitting all over the place.
Shitting all over the place. Goddamn French. I might be shitting all over the place. I have like a stomach virus, so I'm like, we're gonna see how long we can ride this out.
Mm.
Going for 1 hour.
Gotta go take a shit break.
Yep. Well, you'll know. You'll know because I'll make it really subtle. I'll make it really subtle.
Yes, I must go for my gay jokes to have explosive diarrhea.
Yeah, I must go now. Yeah, the thing is though, they're not like, I don't think they're like, again, like this is the argument I would have. In the old days, it was like the gay joke was like, and then I killed a homosexual, which is like, that's not really fun. That's just kind of hurtful, and the implication and statement is that it's okay to laugh at killing gay people, right? You can't do that anymore. That's not funny anymore, and like good, because the people who used to find it funny are all shitbags, right? But now it's like, Danny DeVito, just instead of being the Penguin and being a weird child murderer in the Batman, is just going to gay orgies and having a good time, and Batman's kind of a homophobe. You know what I mean? So Batman becomes a bit of the punchline too. The over-aggressiveness of Penguin's sexuality is funny, but then the sub-funny is that Batman is like, he's just having a gay panic nightmare and he just runs away all the time, which is also pretty hilarious. You know what I mean? And like, all I'm saying is like, yeah, you can be like, well, it's still a gay joke. Like, yeah, you got my ass, right? But like, the point is like, the point isn't that being gay is wrong. It's just being like, being aggressively homophobic or aggressively gay can be kind of funny for laughs. Which I think is the world is better. It's a better place because of that, right?
So Joker locks Batman in a closet.
No, he's the whacker. Instead of the Joker, he's the whacker.
A whacker locks Batman in a closet.
And he starts jacking him off, and he's like, "No!" He's like, "You complete me, Batman. What would I do with my hands?" Joker, stop!
See what happens when your rules come to dictate your life.
Yeah. Try not to come, Batman. No, Joker, I'll bust what I want. Joker, Joe, fuck.
Okay, I might need some help.
Just try not to tell anybody about this. That's the fun of it, Batman. I've been broadcasting it on Gotham City News. No! It's out of context. It's not properly contextualized. He had me trapped and I was horny. My Batman voice. I don't know. I don't think I like my Batman voice. I could do better on the Batman voice. I have to practice it. It's been a while.
Yeah.
And
Rachel.
because you didn't leave the seat down, Batman.
Rachel, ignore the news. Batman's not like that. It was a moment of weakness, Rachel. It was dark. The whacker has soft hands. He clearly uses a lot of lotion in those gloves. Rachel, no! Damn it. Bruce, you don't have to admit you're Batman. you can just you can just do the stuff as Batman and then just go back to being Bruce. You can just no, she cannot know. I can't ever think ill of Batman. Something like that. I don't know. It's a first draft, people. Come on. Come on, guys. You're really doing me dirty here.
Are we really?
Yeah.
Are we the problem?
Yeah, you're the problem because you're supposed to fake laugh. That way the audience laughs. God damn it. Fake it till you make it. Raw dog the laughter is what I'm saying.
Got it.
Fake it like a British husband and a British woman do.
That's pretty good faking.
Yeah, fake it. Fake it till you make it.
Like fake bacon. Bacon.
Faking. Faking off in the corner.
I'm just faking rapidly.
Yeah. Yes, that's it. We're the Sons of Trier. I'm Dan Cohen. I've got no pubes, and I'm Jewish. I'm joined by Jake Angles. He's a Latino. He's kind of tall. And I'm joined
Has
by...
a few pubes.
He has a few
Not
pubes.
Jewish.
I'm joined by Michael Jordan Peterson. He's the man is a forest of hairs, and he's black. So, what's up?
And that's what we like about him.
Yep. That's it. We only like each other because of our identities. We actually hate each other behind the scenes.
Yeah, we're clearly id politicians.
Yeah.
The secret liberal.
So we're all secret libs. Can you guys hear me drinking?
Now the pubes in the morning.
My throat is sore from that Batman impression. And the raging virus I have going on inside me that's slowly killing me.
Slowly. We got to speed that up.
Yeah.
Is that virus name being a little bitch?
Yeah, that's one of them. Well, should I start listing through my medical problems? Right? Should I just do that? Should we just try to fill time with that?
No.
There might not be a more Jewish thing.
I mean, you got a point there. Probably should.
When's the last time you had a good medical readout?
No.
Last time I had a good medical readout. Oh, it's been a while. I don't go to the doctor very much.
Well, you don't talk to your doctor. You talk to your friends at a deli.
Yeah, I don't do that. I also don't go to do like a psychiatrist or anything like that.
You do not shrink?
I don't shrink. No, I don't.
Hmm.
Because a psychiatrist can give you therapy, right? A psychiatrist can give you therapy and it can give you drugs, right? But like if you wanted mood altering chemicals and somebody to talk to, like there's a place for that that's way cheaper. Like there's a bar behind an alley, so like
yeah,
drug dealer's house.
Yeah, drug dealer's house you can do that at. It's all I'm saying is the service they offer is like a service you can get pretty much anywhere in this country, right? So they got to up their game. They don't give you an anti-capitalist message. They tell you should find ways to be more
exitant within the capitalist system.
Yeah, they tell you how you should be more like adaptable to capitalism. Like you're the problem, right?
Or have you tried hustling harder?
Have you tried hustling hard? You know what I should do? Should I try Jesse Waters? Because Jesse Waters said some fucked up shit, and I would love to rip him apart. Should I try Jesse Waters' voice?
Sure, why not?
Okay, hold on. I'm trying to remember. He did this speech. So there's a news clip going around that's like making its way even in the news itself as being sexist, right? And he's been saying it several times. Now, obviously, he has a fetish for one representative. I think I'll be able to communicate through the impersonation. And I don't promise it's going to be good.
I'm sure it's not the young woman in Congress that
they're all obsessed with.
That they're all obsessed with.
Well, they might surprise you. It might surprise. Maybe it won't. Maybe you'll figure out where I'm going to go with this really fast.
We'll find out real quick.
Yeah, but I want to warn you, I haven't practiced this voice yet, so I'm going to try to do a picture-perfect recreation of his rant from his news. Like I saw like I don't know 5 minutes of his clip today. In between doing my actual job, you know what I mean, when I had the headphones in and we're like grinding paperwork. So mind you, it's not like I paid a lot of attention. I didn't quite capture all of his mannerisms, so I'm gonna try it here. I think you'll find though this is more than enough to convey the nature of Jesse Waters. Okay. Okay, so this is Jesse Waters' Fox News rant. And it's kind of bullshit that the pretty Latino girl isn't a Republican, so I'm not allowed to be hard for her, but I'm always at a hard for her. And I think if women aren't Republicans, I'm not supposed to be at a hard for. Hardcore hard for. It's not like Nancy Pelosi or Dianne Feinstein or Chuck Schumer or all these other old broads. And I just think a lot of people want the pretty Latino girl to be president, and she has. I haven't even been able to find a feet pic that I can come on. I haven't been able to rub my dick in a hard 4 feet pic. So like, how is she ripe enough to be president? I rate women like fruit, in that if I think I can undress them and not see a child, they can be president. But then I won't vote for them anyway. I'm Jesse Waters. I'm just a dumb bitch on Fox News drinking dumb bitch juice before I go live. Bye! Can you tell the difference? Let me ask you that. Can you tell the difference?
Honestly, I know I haven't heard ever Jesse Waters speak, but I can't.
Thank you.
I cannot tell a single difference.
It's way too smart for them.
That
was the only place.
Yeah,
it's good. I love it. It's great. It's just too smart for them.
Thank you. You want me to try again?
Yeah,
I'm Jesse Waters. I don't think girls can be president. I was playing on my own poop today, and there was a little bit of red stuff. Greg Gutfeld tasted it, and he said it was fine.
That's the brainworms.
That's how I know I don't have COVID. The red stuff in my poo-poos.
Oh, you brought in COVID? Genius.
You want me to do... Funny enough, I can do Greg Gutfeld.
Nice.
You gonna hear Greg Gutfeld?
Yeah, let's hear
it. You ready? Okay, guys. So again, I haven't practiced this, but I'm pretty sure I can pull this one off. Are you ready?
I am ready.
Yeah.
Deutsches
My
Volk!
body is ready.
Nationalsozialisten! Von schweren Zügen beruht zu Montelegen Schweigen beurteilt, ist nun eine Stunde gekommen, in der ich eigentlich offen sprechen kann. Als das Deutsche Reich am 3. September 1939 die englische Kriegskleidung erhält, wiederholt sich aus neuer der britische Versuch, jeden Beginn einer Kundenheilung und damit eines Ausstieges Europas durch den Kampf gegen die jeweils stärkste Macht des Kontinents zu verteilen.
I heard something about the gays in there. I think he was talking about me. I feel included now.
But again, too intelligent. You got to dumb it down a bit.
That is Greg Gutfeld, though. I mean, no, I never said Greg Gutfeld was very, very smart. Okay, hold on. You want another good Greg Gutfeld quote? Let me try to find it here. Trying to find it. I want to make sure I get this. I want to make sure I get one of his really good quotes. Jesus Christ. It's amazing. It's amazing how many great gut-filled quotes you can find.
It's certainly more than I expected.
Yeah.
Define good.
Good in the sense that the resources are there. Now, let's not translate these to English. I think that ruins the bit a bit.
Good, bad, or bad, good.
Yeah.
I thought you were doing a voice.
Well, I
Oh,
am. Excuse me. I need to rest. Greg Gutfeld has a very guttural German voice.
Yeah, it's very
Austrian, even.
serious. Very serious. Yeah, maybe a little Austria. Yeah, I see.
Yeah, it sounds a little
I
Austrian.
hear
to me.
it.
You hearing the
It's
Austrian
impressive
dialects?
that you get it in there.
I know, right?
little
I'm
hungry.
I'm pretty good at doing Greg Gutsfeld. That's all I'm saying. I mean, I wouldn't want to play Greg Gutsfeld, but if I had to play Greg Gutsfeld, I would definitely do a good Greg Gutsfeld.
Oh, you'd have to work on your goose step.
I would. Zwei
Just like his
Lebenswege,
famous-
als Franklin Roosevelt an die Spitze der Vereinigten Staaten trat, war der Kandidat durch und durch kapitalistischen Partei, die sich seine bediente. Und als ich Kanzler des Deutschen Reiches wurde, war ich der Führer in Volksbegegnung. I think I might have given that one away.
Yeah,
there
I
was-
heard, I heard Frankenfurter, and I'm like, oh, okay.
Franklin Roosevelt. Yeah. Hey, what gave it away? Was it Deutschen Reichs? Or war ich der Führer? What's funny is he
It's
said
one
that
of the
after he
two.
was the fucking Führer. Fucking Greg Gutsfeld, man. Fucking Greg Gutsfeld.
He is certainly a character.
Yeah. I mean, it's odd that
No,
he chooses to go on
I
Fox News
wanna
and talks
play.
like that. Sometimes I like to look up pictures of Greg Gutsfeld.
A lot of burn pits there.
Yeah. God, though, like, for real, though, like, he is a little whiny piece of shit, right? Like, Tucker Carl, I don't know which one is the whiniest, because Greg Gutfeld's constantly, he's like, can you believe there's girls? Can you believe
Never
that?
even-
And the liberals are just okay with it. They're just fine. Tucker's always like, what's going on here?
There
Oh,
are
yeah.
women.
Yeah, he's always puzzled. He's always very
And the
puzzled.
liberals are okay with it.
Yeah.
Interesting.
This is a really, I think this is the most brutal picture of Gutfeld I've ever seen. I'll throw this one in chat, but yeah, this one, you know, I think it's a little inappropriate of Gutfeld to be going out there like this. You know what I'm saying? Now, let's see if I can get back to chat. What happened to the text channel?
All I'm saying is I'll never trust anyone with a bow tie ever again.
I would not. Or that little checkerboard mustache that Gutfeld likes to rock.
Oh yeah, yeah, for sure.
Read that real quick. Is this
Well, it's just a sign to me of
Yes.
not a very driven man. If
Yeah.
you can't even get the little bit under your nose when you're shaving, you know what I mean? That's a man who's not going to accomplish anything, truly.
Yeah, Ripasada's in chat. He's with us in spirit tonight. And, you know, we just posted a picture of Greg Gutsfeld. He's like, is that a failed artist? I was like, no, that's Greg Gutsfeld. Yeah, that's Greg Gutsfeld.
He's not wrong.
He's not wrong.
You consider performance art.
Yeah. You know what's funny? Everyone's like, you know, I think the most amazing part, I think the most amazing part about Greg Gutsfeld, right, is that he used to spend like literal like days rehearsing his speeches. Okay, like he was just like, oh, I failed at painting, so I better go into acting. And if politics comes my way, why not? People are, you know, people in this country are fucking stupid.
Clearly.
Right.
Yeah, but people are like, wow, he spoke off the cuff so good. No, he didn't. That guy was like, he was like a really good monologuist. Like, my man legit had a skill. You know what I'm saying? He can monologue like a motherfucker. It just sucks that Greg Gutsfeld ordered the killing of 6 million Jews. Because he could have done stage. He would have done great on the stage.
I agree.
Cold.
Yeah.
That's weird.
Yeah, it's weird that Greg Gutsfeld decided to order the murder of 6 million Jews and start a world war. Like, that's not like, if he would have just been like an actor, he would have been like, he would have rocked the shit off of people. People would be saying like, wow, That Greg Gutsfeld, what an amazing actor from the 40s. This is the highest praise that Greg Gutsfeld is ever going to get, getting compared to this person. So, you know, if Greg Gutsfeld hears this, live it up. Because honestly, the actual Greg Gutsfeld is kind of a crybaby bitch with a shit voice. Who says stupid things like a little child. But the Greg Gutsfeld we're talking about, circa 1939, that guy was an actor. And unfortunately, he went into politics with that gig, and, well, he got pretty far. I know Greg Gutsfeld really wants to be that guy because Greg Gutsfeld is a crybaby piece of shit pussy who needs redacted from history, but you know, this is the most praise you're gonna get is that of a methamphetamine, coked up, anti-Semitic, homophobic, racist piece of trash named Greg Gutsfeld. Wink. So, you know, enjoy it. But still, it's not the same as Tucker, is it? Like, what's going on here? What's going on here? I woke up this morning to my wife thrusting a piece of plastic into my anus. I'm not making this up. I woke up and I was getting ridden like a pony. The song She's a Big Boy Now was playing in the background. Is this the future the liberals want? You think I'm joking? You think I'm making it up? I was really ass fucked for 4 hours this morning before coming into work.
Because of liberalism.
Liberalism did that to my wife. And now I can only come when she's fucking me in the ass. With a big plastic toy. The liberals are coming for you. They're coming for your wives. They're going to give them all big plastic toys so that you can only get erect by direct prostate stimulation when you're getting fucked up the ass. That's the future the liberals want. Are you able to handle that? I certainly am. I'm what they call a power bottom. I have a thrusting power and capacity from the doggy style position that is unrivaled and unparalleled. Do you have that in you? Do you think you can accomplish that? I bet you can. I'm Tucker Carlson.
And I approve this message.
And I approve this message. That's his presidential run. Just going off about getting pegged by his wife.
You know what? He might even pick up some liberals by doing that.
He definitely. Oh my God, there are so many pantsuit liberals who would be like, "Well, I hate it. I don't like Tucker's racism, but I do love his stance on pegging."
On being pegged.
And because my politics are informed entirely by my sexual fantasies, I'm going to vote for him. Because my dirtiest fantasy is the first lady ass fucking the president. And I really don't have any more mature politics than that.
I will vote only on this question and nothing more.
I say, excuse me, sir. I only vote the way I am horny, and I will not be condescended to. I will only vote for my own sexual arousal.
Nina Turner gives them the weirdest erection.
Yeah. Once you're wise to put your heater on your testicles, help them turning into a popsicle. What's going on here? My wife keeps trying to irradiate my testicles so I can't have kids. Think I'm crazy? I'm not. The same weapon used to poison CIA agents, my wife is using to annihilate my balls.
Oh, I thought she was gonna go for the suffocation.
No, he's into cock and ball torture.
Oh, okay.
And pegging.
Makes
That's Tucker.
Makes sense.
And again, like the pantsuit liberals are like really torn. On the one hand, they don't want
See, there's
Trump to
Zero
win.
War is a pegging guy.
If I'll tell you what, if Donald Trump was sexy, there's a lot of them who would have been like, I'm voting for Trump. He's hotter than Biden.
Sure.
You know, because again, these aren't people with mature politics.
Well,
Yeah,
I think some of them actually do believe that, though.
What's that?
I think you're not too far off, but I think you misunderestimate how low their standards are.
No, they won't.
Find that celebrity status a little attractive, a little. Oh.
No, none of them were hot for Trump. That's why they were mad.
Wear that windswept hair, my dude.
If Tucker came out pro pegging, Tucker would be president. Because there's enough of them that are that shallow and vapid who will go for it.
Oh, for sure.
Oh fuck, that's right. Kane is the mayor of a town. Tennessee really is the worst state. Can we just talk about that for a moment?
Herman Cain is in charge of a whole town?
No, Kane the wrestler is in charge of a town.
I don't know who Cain the wrestler is. I'm going to be very honest with you.
You don't know pro wrestling?
No.
He was
Does this shock you at all?
Kind of a little bit. Like little boys always go through that. And you would have been the right age to go through like when Kane was really like important in the wrestling world.
Yeah, but does anything about me strike you as normal?
Yeah, a lot of stuff.
Oh, that's weird. You're weird.
Why am I weird? I just assume you're normal. Okay, I'm supposed to be like, oh, my friend is weird. I'm supposed to default to that. That's not. Why would I do that to you?
Just a little bit weird.
It is a little weird. I don't know. I'm just calling it as I see it. I don't know what to tell you.
That's
the mediocre pay that I get. That's what I get it for.
That's a very weird Johnny Depp story. Okay, anywho, moving on from that piece of news. That's just an odd one.
Yeah.
Not bad. It's just like it's odd how that happened. Yeah, moving on. I'm not going to tell you either.
Good enough.
Yeah, we're just going to leave it at that. But Hollywood's a weird place, is what I'm saying. It's not bad what Johnny Depp did. I'm talking about the specific story that I'm not elaborating on any further. It's not bad, but it's like, what is wrong in that town that it falls to Johnny Depp to explain these concepts to children? Yeah, now you're really confused. You're like, what the fuck is he talking about?
Yeah, now I'm thoroughly confused, I'll be honest.
Yeah.
I'm always out of the loop on celebrities.
As you should be.
Should I care?
Yeah,
that's what I was just thinking.
care.
It's like, should we really care about celebrities?
Not really. No. I mean, if you want something to care about, you should care about like the more articulated version of our previous argument that like if you're not willing to actually fight for social justice, you're not really for social justice.
Right.
You want to
That's
get
something
wild
I
with
care
it?
about.
Yeah, you want to get wild with it? So okay. So I'm watching the Funky Academic again. He brings up a really good point. You've heard of Maslow's hierarchy of needs, right?
Yep.
Would it shock you to find out that the purpose of that fucking piece of intelligence is strictly so that people will not think about revolting? And like,
why?
Why? Because what it does. Okay, so
I've heard that funky argument, so I know.
Yeah, you know where we're coming with. So we're gonna drop.
Yeah.
So let's start working this through, right? So the basic Maslow needs are first, it's like food, shelter, the stuff that keeps you indoors, right?
Right.
So then it's about like social acceptance and being accepted in the society that exists, right?
Right.
Okay. So then after that, it's like it's abstract concepts like freedom and justice. That's after all of that, right?
Yes,
Okay.
that sounds right.
Okay, so now let's work this through, right? In Maslow's sense, let's say there's a country that is predisposed to hating a minority so much that Greg Gutfeld would order 6 million of them killed. Okay, can we imagine a country like that?
Okay.
Okay, so far so good, right? So what happens in that country to your random rank and file person, right? Well, the first thing they do is, of course, their basic needs are being met. They have food, they have water, they have electricity, they have shelter, they have communication, they have work, right? They have a steady income, right? That's the first thing that happens. Right. So then after that, they need to be accepted within the framework of that society. But that society where Greg Gutsfeld is ordering the murder of 6 million Jews, right? In that society,
Mhm.
social acceptance is approving and backing that decision, right? That's how you're socially
Hmm.
accepted, by allying with it. So then, are you interested in fighting for freedom and justice and democracy? Are you really all that interested in putting up resistance?
I mean, so let's be somewhat fair to Maslow, I suppose. That's not actually the hierarchy of needs. The hierarchy of needs ends at self actualization at the top.
Oh, okay, so it's worse, right?
Yeah, I mean they just don't the concept of governmental body doesn't even apply to Maslow's hierarchy of needs because
Right.
it's meant to be able to be applicable to like, you know, any time period of human
Like the
history. So
wealthy.
even pre-capitalism.
Right? Okay, fair enough. I'll give you that, right? So self-accusation, morality. Morality is where I go into freedom, justice, and so on, right?
Sure.
Okay.
My
There's
freedom.
the exact one, just to be fair to Maslow.
Uh-huh.
The tiers are physiological needs,
Uh-huh.
safety needs,
Mm-hmm.
belongingness and love needs, esteem needs, and self-actualization.
Yeah, but do you see how in Greg Gutfeld society, since you have all those bases, right? The
Yeah,
idea
the
of
basic
morality
needs are
then,
the first two, safety and the physiological needs.
well, you go belong that, because if you have all of those, you are free within that society's context to seek out tiers 3 and 4, right? You can seek out
Right.
social, self-esteem, respect by others, and respect of others if you play along with the society's terms, which will, I think esteem and belonging might be a little bit out of order. You know what I mean? Because those are,
Sure.
I think those are out of order personally. I'm going to say that right now. But if you have that esteem for yourself and others, then you can pursue relationships with friends, family, and sex, right? Because you have the confidence necessary to do it. Right, all those things are kind of a lateral. So again, I think those are out of order, but whatever. Like that's kind of a minor gripe. The important part is like if you have those four, look at how much you're jeopardizing to seek out abstracts like freedom, justice, democracy, um, not just self-actualization, but self-governance and cooperative governance, right? Where you have control over society. It's really hard to risk all of those things if that's how you mentally conceive of them. Because I'll tell you what, like the peasants, right? What did the peasants do whenever they revolted? They kind of blew all the other shit to the wind and they pitchforked the masters and they knew they had to get through soldiers to do it, right?
Right.
So you have to actually, it converts on its head. You're only going to get your basic needs met because you self actualized. So the pyramid's inverted according to this argument to some degree. If you can't
Hmm.
self actualize and get terms that you can accept to get those other things, then the other things are in permanent precarity. And if you live in a state of permanent precarity, you can't actually kill the masters.
Right.
Yeah. So Maslow's purpose is really just kind of like a pure piece of ideology to get you to be okay with being a slave in the dialectic.
You know, I'm not entirely certain that argument holds water with me, but I'm not.
He didn't argue it in the best way, but
I put it in very
so
simple terms so that people could understand it very rapidly.
Yeah, that's fair.
It's a
And
full ass talk.
Yeah.
I'm sure.
I'm condensing 40 minutes down to about 30 seconds.
That's fair. That's fair.
Yeah.
I
I
guess I
can.
don't have the background for Maslow well enough too. That's the
You don't really
like.
need
I'd be
to.
very interested to hear where he came from and why he was
I
writing
mean,
about what he wrote about.
the whole like having a hierarchy from the beginning is sus.
I don't think it's sus, right? Because like
I
we're
don't
still
know
gonna
how
rank
sus that
things.
is.
We're still gonna rank things.
Well, because you
Rank.
got to complete all the criteria for one to move on to the next, and
Well,
Okay,
you don't.
fair.
That's just it, though. I don't know if you have to complete the criteria for the one. I think the base two you
that's the
do.
point of a hierarchy. It's the point of a hierarchy.
Well, I think the base two that you do because if you don't have food, and shelter, those are going to be your primary focus, right? You're not really worried about whether or not someone cares about you if you don't have food and shelter. But
I'll give my
the upper
man
ones,
I'll give my man credit. He never conceived of it as a hierarchy. That's what capitalism did to the theory. Because they were like, "Oh, this is
oh,
a
okay.
really good way. This is a really great way to control people."
It probably was a very good way to
You
control
don't have to
people.
raise wages.
Yeah. If we can keep you worried about where you're going to sleep at night, we don't have to raise your wages. And that's what
Hmm.
Wall Street, that's why you see this pop up in so many different fields, the hierarchy of needs, right? It's because the actual like economists who would be that hybrid kind of economist socialist or sociologist like Marx was, but for capitalism, you know what I mean? They're like their job is to
Mhm.
make sure that policy reflects ideas that keep capitalism profitable, right? That's their duty. Whereas Marx's job was to try to get you to kill your masters. Their job is to make you obey your masters. One of the ways to do that is make sure that everything in society is formulated around the idea that you are precarious on the bottom level at all times, no matter where you are in the hierarchy. So if you're not putting your weight into holding up the system, God, you are fucked. Whereas Maslow, the man, saw it as these are all the spheres you want to achieve in your life.
You mean I can do violence just by not providing you what you need for food?
Yeah,
And you won't even notice it? Great!
right. Well, that's the Zizekian, right? Sometimes non-violence is the most brutal form of violence. Like I don't have to go out of my way to kill you. I can just not sell food to you, right? I can just not do anything. If I don't sell food to you, you'll starve.
Right.
Or you'll do your own form of violence to secure that food, which will get you incarcerated and let the state do the violence for me, right? So if you don't obey the system, if you don't obey the background radiation and ideology, if you're not obedient to it, you're fucked. Now again, I'll be fair to Maslow. He envisions it kind of as pods, right? You need to fill all these pods. That's how you have a full life. But when capitalists saw that, they were like, if we put this in a pyramid, this fucking rocks for us. And that's why it's taught everywhere as a fucking pyramid.
Dun, 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 dun. True.
You take those things as individual things, right? You can gamble on whether or not you can risk gambling on whether or not you'll have whether you'll be alive for the abstract concept of justice, security, whatever, right? You can gamble on that. That's how you can risk your
I'm
life.
so secure, die.
If you view those things as horizontal and you're willing to gamble on one to secure both, you can reach out and do it. But if you know that justice takes away all those other things, you'll just live without justice. You'll be fine. You won't like it as much, but you'll be okay. That's the Greg Gutfeld theory of society, right?
Greg Gutfeld had some theories of society.
Yeah, he had a lot of theories of society that were pretty fucking terrible, didn't he?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, he did. Piece of shit.
We should stop listening to Greg Gutfeld.
Yeah,
Jeez.
people should stop liking Greg Gutfeld. First off, that mustache of his sucks. Second off, look how greasy his hair looked. Every picture of him, Jesus Christ, what'd you do? Dip your head in fucking olive oil before you went on? Holy fucking shit, dude. Like for a guy who was all about racial stereotypes like Greg Gutfeld is, right? He had like in his own mind, he had to conceive of himself as part Italian for how much fucking olive oil he dumped in his goddamn hair. And how do you poorly trim a mustache? It's a fucking square, dude. How is that poorly trimmed? How is it poorly trimmed? And you know what? His signature sucks. For a guy that's self-fucking obsessed with making sure his hair was permanently olive oiled, right, and flammable.
Yeah, you would think he'd have a better signature.
Yeah, why would it look like you smeared shit under your fucking lip? Why would you do that? Also, I'm just going to say it. Everybody talks about how he looks so intimidating. I'm not intimidated by a guy with that lazy a fucking eye. His right eye was so goddamn lazy, it's not funny. He doesn't look scary. Everybody pictures him as being scary. He doesn't look scary so much as like he's eyeing you up and he's eyeing up a piece of meat in the corner. So like let's demystify Greg Gutfeld, okay? Jesus Christ. This idea of that as a man. Holy fucking shit. He's the perfect combination of overly worried about his appearance and bad at it.
And bad at it.
Oh, and then let's talk about him giving a speech with his fucking little chiclet teeth. No fucking upper teeth, chiclets on the bottom. Not an attractive look, not a terrifying look. If that is the face of Wodan, Odin himself incarnate, Odin looks like a fucking scummy old man who does not know who has to have people dress him in the morning. Chiclets are teeth. You know they're yellow. You know they're goddamn yellow.
Oh, they really are.
Yeah, Europeans have a teeth brushing like attitude that is different from Americans. They don't use a lot of whitening stuff. Right? In that regard, I have a very European glance myself. I don't use a lot of whitening material. I just brush my teeth. And I guarantee he was kind of like a sickly green or way too pale white. I guarantee. You're doing that much meth? You know, you're doing that much
Yeah, you're
meth.
probably right.
Yeah, you don't look well. And indeed, like, for somebody whose eyes always looked way too sullen or way too attentive like a puppy's, big bad. Oh, look at this picture of him. Look at this picture right here. It's on Bing search. Just put in Greg Gutsfeld. You have to spell it a little bit different though. You have to spell it Adolphhitler. And look at the images. He either has like big droopy bags under his eyes because he's been rubbing his eyes too much from the fucking meth, right? So his eyes are just swollen and puffy all of the fucking time. And when they're not, they're just sunken into his head. There's a ton of pictures of him just fucking tweaked out and high. And again, way too much fucking olive oil in that hair. And God forbid he's giving a speech and people are like, oh, he's so terrifying then. No, he's sweaty. In a black and white picture, you can tell he's sweaty. That's bad. Nobody's supposed to sweat that much. No human being should sweat as much as Greg Gutsfeld did in the 40s.
Oh, poor Greg Gutsfeld. You're going to make me almost feel bad for him.
I don't feel bad for him. He killed 6 million Jews and a lot of other people. He led to...
Oh, that's right.
Single-handedly
That's why we don't like him.
All the deaths from the 1930s to the 1940s are single-handedly his fault. If you were to pin one person on the problems of the 40s, it's him. Everything is his fault. So, no, fuck him. Fuck him.
Taking some hard stances tonight.
I am taking some hard stances tonight. Fuck this guy.
The bold move.
Yeah, bold move to be against this version of Greg Gutfeld.
This is Dan's version of a roast. He walks in sounding like Red Man, and this motherfucker with this shit on his lips is looking fucking stupid. Need to wipe that shit off, bitch.
I'm underselling it by just making it kind of semi-personal, right?
But 6 million Jew killing ass motherfucker.
Yeah, it's telling that he couldn't kill one, but he could order 6 million to be done. That's your problem with aristocracy, right? He can get away with that. That aristocratic notion where one person can decide that many people's fates. Single-handedly racking up the scoreboard. All of them his fault. The induced paranoia in the world, the hyper-violence of that fucking era, the resulting hyper-violence of the fucking party that he fucking organized. Greg Gutsfeld is just a piece of shit. And again, I'm spelling it a little bit different than what you're used to. It's Adolphh space Hitler. That Greg Gutsfeld. I'm taking a wild stance.
That very specific one.
That very specific Greg Gutsfeld from the 1940s.
Very, very hyper-specific.
Hyper-specific. You might be confusing him with today's Greg Gutsfeld, who is just a pansy in a suit, who cries a lot and isn't very smart. Different guy. Similar name, I warn you. Eerily similar. Different guys completely. Gutsfeld never looks sweaty. Gutsfeld always looks like he's been offended. It always looks like, okay. You know how Tucker always looks like he's about to cry because he walked in on you just railing his grandma in the hardest way possible and she's enjoying it?
He always looked confused to me.
Super confused, yeah.
Yeah. Well, he didn't know how to process the fact that you were just absolutely going to town on his grandma. That's Tucker Carlson. Right? And his grandma is loving it. She's loving it, and his grandpa's in the corner cheering.
Hear him out of here.
Like, he doesn't know what to do with this information at all. His
Yeah.
life, everything about his life has been shattered. Greg's Gutfeld is like, he's like really offended that while you're railing his wife, that you're not blasting him on the in the face. Like, he doesn't get to participate, and he's mad about it. He's like, I paid you to drive all this way to fuck my wife, and you won't even come on me, you son of a bitch. And you're like,
just a little drip on him.
yeah, he wants to feel included in the whole thing so he can take credit for it. And he's done nothing. He doesn't do anything. But sits and whines like a fucking baby. Baby wants his face full of ejaculate and he can't have it, so he cries about it all the time. Just a really needy guy. I don't know what's with me tonight, man. I'm being real fucking vicious, right? I think I've toned it up tonight. I'm kind of wound. I had to listen. You know what it was? I had to listen to Jesse Waters for 5 minutes, and now I just want to really. Jesse Waters would be like, you're wearing a condom to fuck his wife. He's like, joke's on you. I gave her AIDS. Right? The joke's on him because he has to be him with AIDS, and he doesn't understand the situation at all. Right?
Yeah.
But he's like, he thinks he's real clever that he gave you AIDS. Like, he wants to be responsible for death, but he's too dumb to accomplish it. But he still goes for it. He's not a bright guy by any means. He's dumb. I mean, for his guy with that big of a forehead, if I were to bust out the calipers for a moment, for that big of a forehead, you'd think there'd be more brain matter in there, and it's just empty space. There's just a for rent sign in there, and nobody's buying.
It's a for rent because they couldn't even justify trying to sell it.
Yeah, they couldn't sell that space. They're trying to rent it, and they just can't do it. They can't get nobody in there. So he thinks he's real clever. He's like, he thinks he's owned you by being like, joke's on you. First, I gave her AIDS for my penis. He doesn't understand how AIDS works. He's just giving himself AIDS. So at the end of it, like, you've had terrible sex with his awful white wife, and then like both of them have AIDS, but he thinks he owned you.
Yeah, that's about what they do.
Yeah, that's about Jesse Waters.
Not Gilbert. Or not who was the other one again? I've already forgotten.
Greg Gutfeld.
Poor Gilbert Gottfried.
Yeah,
Greg Gutfeld.
Not either of the Greg Gutfelds we've discussed tonight. Neither.
4, 5, 6 Greg Gutfields.
Yeah, there's a lot of would-be Greg Gutfelds out there, but fortunately, nobody can be as crybaby as the real one. Nobody can be artificially as indignant as the real Greg Gutfeld, and it's a shame.
It is a shame.
If patriarchy, okay, the argument against patriarchy working as intended is like Nancy Pelosi landing in Taiwan to start a war, just so she can lower her stock buy-in into the tech industry, and then come out of it like richer once stock prices go up from the scarcity of the war, right? So that's the non-traditional view of patriarchy that refutes it. The problem is the existence of the actual Greg Gutfeld complicates things because it validates the original interpretation of patriarchy, right? So patriarchy is apparently way more complex than either group understands intrinsically. Because Greg Gutfeld really is a beneficiary of classic, like, I'm a boy, so I get to be on TV and be famous and make money, and I don't have to have any talent or skill. And because I'm white, you have to listen to me. And because I'm straight, I get to say bigoted things to everybody, and you have to respect my opinion. I haven't done anything to earn it. I don't have any discernible talents. My co-hosts are more, my male and female co-hosts have just more talent in literally everything than I do, and yet I still get to be here and act like the boss because of my white masculinity and my alleged heterosexuality. I don't think he fucks, but
allegedly.
Yeah, allegedly he's a pure ace, but allegedly by me on the basis of just look at him. Who's fucking that?
Can't be anyone.
I think his attractions are heterosexual, but his sexuality is like fleshlight. There's no way his wife fucks him. That's a part of the anger, right? Because it violates the patriarchal relationship. But if there's an argument for standard patriarchy, it's Greg Gutfeld, right? Out of all of them. Like Jesse Waters is at least good at lying. Gutfeld's not good at lying. He's bad at it. You catch him in lies all the time. Jesse Waters, it takes 4 seconds to figure out he's lying. That's 4 seconds more than Greg Gutfeld. Ergo, he has more talent than Greg Gutfeld. All Gutfeld does is cry on TV, and we're supposed to be like, "Oh yeah, wow, he's a talented political commentator because he cries." Yeah, that's why Jordan Peterson's famous right now. He's lost all his other talents. He's not respected as a Jungian psychiatrist anymore. What's he got? He's got crying. He's got crying and saying dumb shit on fucking on screens.
That's what it always was.
Yeah.
Yeah, it kind of was.
Yeah.
No, actually, I heard a really interesting piece about Jordan Peterson the other day.
Really?
Yeah, it was one of the podcasts I listened to.
Mhm.
I won't name to not name other, competitors or anything, but
Thank you.
they specifically target diet and the sort of falsehoods with diets and stuff like that. And Peterson's famous for his carnivore diet.
His alleged carnivore diet.
Well, I think it was legitimate, and the argument that they made is they also think it was legitimate, and it probably is part of the contributing factor that put him in the hospital.
He saw a legitimate study once and figured that he could do it, not realizing you got to eat shit like livers and hearts and gizzards
and then on top of that, like after you start doing it, it actually trains your body.
You cannot get off of it. Diet. Yeah, you can't get off of it. You got to eat that. And then you could be healthy as a vegetarian, or you could be healthy doing both, and it's a lot easier to do both. But people just like go to one extreme and completely fuck it up because you can totally be an unhealthy carnivore or vegan. With carnivores, it's a little easier.
I feel like a vegetarian is that happy medium, or like an extremely light omnivore.
That's the thing is they're taking the real advice of you should eat more vegetables that every goddamn doctor is going to give you,
which is also true.
I mean that you should only eat vegetables, and that's fine if you know what you're doing, but you're not an expert, so you should just eat a little bit of both.
Yeah, I feel like you should.
That's going to be the easiest. That's going to be the easiest route for you. Otherwise, you're on hard mode.
Yeah, I'm gonna be real. This was a subject that John and I always kind of veered away from because we vehemently disagree on stuff. But I feel like the knee jerk is you should probably be eating 1/7 the meat you're eating, but you should continue eating it. It's good actually.
Yeah. So in regards to the carnivore diet, if you do it, you cannot get off of it. That's a whole problem.
Well,
that's a thing.
Honestly, then, I bet they're probably right because if you remember, apple cider was like poison to him.
Yes, and that's literally what happened.
Yeah.
So they sort of, because they deal with they don't just deal with the one topic, they sort of try to humanize every subject that they go over. They talked about him, and apparently he was a pretty well regarded psychiatrist whenever he started.
Yeah, he was a Jungian.
His fucking mad descent. Apparently he was pretty good actually.
If you find really old stuff from his and his Jung lectures because you want to know about Jung, it's not and remember, my opinion on the guy, so I'm not giving him false praise, or I'm not both sidesing this. As a political commentator, Jordan Peterson is dumber than Greg Gutfeld, and that's an achievement in and of itself. To be as politically talented and smart as Dennis Prager takes a special kind of brain poison. But when he started his Jungian psychology, which he would taint with politics, which was where he got into the trans shit and really not only made a name for himself, but really started going down the brain poison hole, right? He would taint it with conservative politics, so it was kind of sketchy, but you could glean some pretty interesting insights out of him that were valuable, right? That you would want to mull over even if you were a Marxist and you were interested in the subject. But there, notice how many conditions there are on that. He was not, even as a doctor of psychology, he's not exceptional. He's just run of the mill talented.
Well, regardless.
Yeah.
It was an interesting piece for sure.
Yeah, his entire project was turning Jung right wing because Jung was not like a right winger by nature. Jung was far more of a lefty than people want to give Carl Jung credit for because of people like Jordan Peterson. Jordan Peterson found what he was saying interesting, but then was like, "Can we right wing this up?" And then look what it turned out.
Yeah, it went downhill from there fast.
Yeah, it kind of crashed. Jung had a lot of sympathies that we're okay with, and Peterson does not. I'm Jordan Penis, son. I like the penis, son. Just rhyme penis in with penis, son. 2 times. I'll say it again. Penises are my best friend. I don't play with them and I don't do gay, but I like to see them dicks all day.
Everybody helicopter.
Everybody.
Dude, man, this shit work or not?
Oh man, you coming right at the end of the episode when I'm winding down with Jordan Peterson dick jokes.
Hold on, man. I just want to say one thing.
Sure.
That's why JP's brain is broken. He literally got the worms from all the raw meat. He be eating the raw pork testicles. And it's not that bad.
Well, don't diss
them.
Don't diss the raw pork testicles.
Yeah. I'm kind of what a dumb person thinks like a smart person would sound like. Yeah. Just to take you out, that's a real quote.
It's 100%.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
I was always weirded out when he started framing the Soviet Union as some sort of chaos thing, and the Nazis as something pertaining to order.
Yeah.
That was the moment I was like, yeah, this guy's an idiot.
Yeah. Yeah, the drive to purity leads to an order, all right. It leads to an order at which point you're just lining up to die.
He's so positive.
Yeah, he's
Yeah. I can't with him. He gets on stage with Zizek and it's fucking exactly as you expect.
The question that killed Jordan Peterson's credibility was, where are the Marxists? I agree. Postmodern Marxists are terrible. Counterpoint, where are they? Where are the Marxists? Name one. Name 2. I'll give you 1. David Harvey. Next one. Go.
Well, the Frankfurt School.
You gotta make it higher.
It's the Frankfurt. Adorno.
I like how it's like okay, so your entire career is hating David Harvey. Is that something you should be proud of? And I'll be good. Just immediately, I'll be good.
That's
like when I don't think sometimes people don't like Zizek sometimes really fucking puts his foot in his mouth. You know what I mean? Because he thinks he has leeway to be a lot edgier than he does. And then sometimes
he thinks he's like a rock star.
Yeah, and then sometimes Zizek walks in and just with one question turns you into a fucking gibbering idiot. And in that case, it was okay. David Harvey, I agree. There's one. Where's the next one? Can you name one? And he's just like, oh shit, my entire career undone over the phrase David Harvey. That's one. My entire career in public, I've been executed. R.I.P. And then people are like, Zizek didn't go after him hard enough. If you can undo a man's career with the phrase David Harvey, that's one. Now name another, right? Like, how much more dead can you make a man?
Zizek with the double knee face breaker. He's coming in hot with the chair.
Yeah, Zizek in with the chair. One shot. Sweet chin music from Slavoj Zizek. And he just knocked the. It's like you see one of those like UFC fights where they're talking up how much of a contest this is gonna be, and then one dude just gets Supermaned in the face, and it's like that's it, that's the match, game over. Glad you guys showed up.
Yeah. A long strategic meeting. Okay, well this guy's had an injury last week, so maybe he might not be the best in this match, and he just comes in and just lays him out with an armbar.
Yeah. And you're like, oops, well, it turns out we completely misunderstood what was going on here.
Oops. Yep. Sorry, it was one-sided. Sorry,
Sorry.
one-sided, guys. Fight's already over. Hey, did I get to see the fight? No, you missed it. It's over.
You blinked, so you missed it. In one move, Slavoj Žižek killed Jordan Peterson. With one phrase. Yeah.
Oh,
So
you guys
like,
see that slop I sent you guys? I sent some fresh slop from Frager urine.
Oh no.
I didn't watch
You
the
didn't.
PragerU slop. I can't.
You can't handle it, huh?
I can't.
Which one was it?
I can't
Which one
do
was
it. That
it?
chubby bastard. I can't do it.
It's Prager himself.
That's funny. You can do TYT, and I
Yeah.
can't do TYT. But I can do the PragerU because it's just so bad.
The man is a living fat upper pubic area. All right. I can't fucking handle. I can't take him seriously as a human being.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. Yeah.
How are
I
you
just
that
sit- I just
large
sit
and
there.
you
I
don't
just
have a
sit
brain?
there. I just sit there. What?
Yeah.
Your warning is 8 minutes long.
That's
What?
8 minutes too long. I've watched a PragerU video where Prager was like, "We should appeal to the liberals because they hate leftists too," and I was like, "That's the only smart thing you'll ever say. You should. You know, you the liberals would like you, you fat weird bastard."
Yeah. Fun story about that. You guys are best buds.
Yeah, you guys are already friends and you refuse to acknowledge it because you're so interested in like kabuki theater. You pudgy fuck. I get, you know what though? Like, let's talk, like, for real. Like, let's end on this. The reason I get so pissed off at TYT all the time is because, like, you've drained all the left energy. Like, you are the gatekeeper to the left. Like, whether or not that's good is irrelevant because it is. So, like, when you fuck up the commentary, it hurts all of us. You know what I mean? So, like, you
Yeah.
have a burden that you refuse to acknowledge, which is you got to come correct and you got to come hard. And I'm sorry, dude, they're not routinely doing that. Like, there are so many clips where I can get like, you know, I can get fairly deep in, but then the fuck up is massive. Like the one that really blew my mind is when like Waz was like, "Anna, I'm so glad that you were talking about vagina capitalism. I can't do it because I have a penis. I'm so glad you said it." No, wait, I'm sorry. It was we can't talk about black capitalism because I'm lily white. I
Oh, that one. Yeah.
Yeah, that one bugs the. I don't know which one bugs the shit out of me worse. Shinzo Abe was to the left of AOC because Japan has socialized medicine, right? I don't know if it's that, which isn't like I don't even like calling it socialized medicine, public medicine. It's like calling like you wouldn't call like it's it's the same problem. Like you wouldn't call a national park a socialized park, right? You wouldn't do that. You wouldn't call it socialized transit. So why the fuck are you calling it socialized medicine? It's just fucking public health. It's just a functioning public healthcare department. That's entirely within
No.
the domain
I
of
can't admit
capitalism.
that because then it sounds good.
Well, yeah, that's the pitch, right? The pitch is to get us to waste all our energy just on medicine instead of controlling the levers of power that could get us medicine and more.
How much more? The entire world.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's what really gets me. When I see some comment or something that says like the military is a socialist institution and whatnot,
Yeah.
my eyes fucking roll back.
It just kills me because they're the "this is fine" meme, except unironically that's what they believe, and they're
Yeah.
in the fire. This is fine. This is great. The flames over there. This is still fine now. And it's like they really commit to it. They really believe it. It's amazing what people can do.
Yeah.
What they become accustomed to. Could be a human cockroach.
No.
Sure.
It's
This is fine.
Yeah, it's very frustrating because like again, like the notion of like because it's a public good, it's inherently socialist, ignores 200 years of capitalist policy that had certain things being public goods. Like to imply that, like, Thomas Jefferson had a socialist agenda. and that socialism was built into the country at birth. You know, the country that fucking ran to ride or die for capitalism and was so unwilling to confront like any possibility of justice, it built slavery into the Constitution and tried to negotiate against like the most oppressive institution we've had ever.
The ball's on these fucks, man. Yeah. Sorry, you gotta have slavery in there. It's gotta be in there.
Ah, jeez, fellas.
Well, damn. Well, I'm gonna have to change my plans. Do it.
Yeah.
'Cause I'm not budging.
But that's
Could you not own people? You know, nope. Not negotiable. Also, fuck the people that are already here.
Yeah.
That's what they do.
So that's, I don't know, that's just it. Like that keeps bothering the shit out of me because they'll get to a point where they just decide to go all in on the worst possible fucking point, and it rips into my skull. It hits me. It just hits me in a spot in my brain that just fucking I can't get over. All right. So that was 4 of the boys out of the 6 boys.
Or los hombres.
Yeah, Los Hombres. Right. That's Sons of Trier. We got we had as always Dan
Varying
Cohen.
levels of pubic hair.
We had we did have varying levels of pubes. I'm Dan Cohen. I was joined by Jank Engels, Michael Jordan Peterson, and very briefly Ripasato. Now I'm going to the bathroom to shit out my doo-doo ass.